All right, so we're gonna watch ourselves some MovieBob.
Yeah.
I'm pretty hyped. I don't know about you.
So
Well, first off, what did you think about the platform?
It-
We'll start with that.
it was an all right movie. It was a well done movie, but the message of it is lacking.
Yeah. I think a well written story. I do think that I do think it had some problems, but I think that the story is pretty strong, but the overall political commentary.
Is it strong? Why do we know? Well, yeah, I suppose we do. We do know like the motivations of all of the characters that are involved with the story.
Yeah,
and all of them do have
all the characters are fairly fleshed out.
They all have a full arc in that regard. It's a well done. It is a well done film in that regard. But damn it, I got a problem with the fucking with the overall messaging because they tease little things like the pen is mightier than the sword. Push their glasses up and like here, like you think that the book is mightier. Well, guess what? The book is mightier until somebody has a sword, disregarding the complete purpose of that maxim.
Yeah, I would agree to that. The main thing I noticed about it, because I could like obviously the film is it's going for a commentary on communism versus capitalism.
Which my gripes with, and if people that watch this don't, you will by the end of this, I'm sure, because I'm willing to bet me and MovieBob are gonna have some differences of opinions here.
How long is this video?
5 minutes.
Okay, we got this.
We'll be all right.
This
will be a brief.
This won't be a 7-hour video.
Yeah, no, we'll be all right.
But I think that the main thing that I noticed about the actual commentary, the political commentary in the film, I don't know how the right way to say it. It was very one-sided, I feel. In not to say that it was saying that one side was right and one side was wrong. I think that the film was pretty well establishing that both sides weren't that great. But I feel that it was very much focused on the communism side of the coin as well. Yeah.
Well, it as kind of in a weird way.
I feel like it only really kind of glazed over capitalism. I don't feel like
kind
it
of
really.
Yeah. How this ideology that is portrayed in this film portrays capitalism. The people at the top get to decide what happens to every single person below them, by way of food in this regard. So, on put into literal terms, they have the means of production.
Yeah.
So it's not.
Yeah.
That's not what that's so even their twisted viewed skew of capitalism in this movie that they briefly glance over is communism.
Yeah.
It is the true nature of communism because as we saw throughout the film, the communist thing was, we're going to try to get our brothers to go and everyone take their equal portion up and below.
Well, and you might have to refresh my memory on some details because you saw the movie fairly recently. It's been a while since I saw it. It's been like maybe a month or two. Remind me about the woman, because I feel like the woman that he got paired up with the second time around. Yeah. That was when they kind of touched on the capitalism aspect because he was sitting there saying, "Oh, you get to choose what floor you're on" and that kind of thing. Like that. I memory's a bit hazy, so you'll have to remind me. But that's what I remember.
But it's irrelevant.
Yeah,
because she didn't get to choose the second time.
Yeah,
that's where they get to choose the first time. It's completely random after that.
Okay.
As by her hanging herself once they arrived at the next floor that they went to, which was like
300 and something.
Yeah. 333. I thought it was pretty poignant.
Which I did like that in terms of the story. I liked how they said, "Oh, I think that the 330 is probably the deepest that it's going," and then we get to 333, and I like that part of the story where you're just like, "Ooh, I wonder how far down it actually does go." Yeah, I liked that part of the story.
Just like reality.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no
Yeah.
end to the bottom.
Yep.
But again, a well done movie. But I think that I have a problem with the portrayal of comic, because much like today, the portrayal of these ideologies have become muddied, and insidiously they get to put their skew on things that if you look at them, they're like, this doesn't work, because even their communist thing fails in the end, because the stupid old man that gives advice to the stupid not as old man with the rope, they're telling him,
don't be violent.
Yeah, don't be violent. This isn't
Violence
the way.
isn't the answer. Yeah.
Unless they don't listen, and then smack them.
And then violence is the answer. Yeah.
So
that was a little.
So
dumb.
basically, violence is always the answer. It's just try not to use it until someone says no, and then then go ahead and use violence. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay, that's a good message. Yeah.
What a stupid message. Like since right before we go on here, because I hope he gets into it, because the whole final
It's
pivot,
MovieBob. He won't.
I know, but the whole final scene, the whole final act of the film is getting this creme brulee bullshit to the top again by going all the way through the bottom. Meaning, so this one piece of food that us as a people will say no to. It'll be a symbol. You can't see it, but I'm doing a hand jerk off thing. That's stupid. They proved it wrong in their own premise, in the whole build up to this thing of trying to get people to fight and everything, but then they have the belief in this one creme brulee, because now this time the people at the top won't be corrupt, and they'll realize that, oh, we really are disenfranchising all these people that we put in a hole and not enough food to let half of them starve to death on purpose.
Right.
Literally on purpose.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I remember thinking about that too, and thinking, yeah, that uneaten cake thing's not gonna do shit.
Like,
but yeah.
it crumbles the whole movie, because that pivotal setup, and it's, oh, it's beautiful, and like, no, that's retarded, and you proved it's retarded.
Yeah.
So let's see how MovieBob, because I guess he didn't like this film that much, huh?
I started watching this video. I never finished it, but yeah,
nice.
No, he didn't like it.
We got about 5 minutes, and we've already turned it into 8. So
hell yeah,
and we haven't started yet. So
see what we got here.
So let's get rolling.
I just don't care.
Boom. Bah, bah. Pretty good. Pretty good so far.
Yeah, I know how it looks. I mean, we're quarantined till May at least. Who the fuck am I shaving nice for? The platform is an allegorical...
Okay. What the...
I mean...
This is MovieBob?
This is MovieBob, yeah.
This is MovieBob?
That's MovieBob.
Wow.
The only man in the world who can look simultaneously fat and gaunt at the same time.
Yeah, it's impressive, isn't it? Wow.
Yeah.
He carries all of his weight in his face in his lower jaw. I'm sorry, Bob. Let's listen to your bad takes before I shit on you.
Sci-fi film set in a prison-like complex of unknown location and origin, where inmates of only vaguely alluded to background or reason are confined two at a time to a series of seemingly endless identical concrete cells stacked one on top of the other and connected by rectangular portals in the floor and ceiling, through which daily descends a table-like platform arranged with a spread of meal rations. It begins as overflowing with rich decadent foods at the top floor.
Pretty good so far.
I mean, yeah.
It's hitting the bare bones of that shit.
But each descending floor is only allowed to eat whatever the previous floor did not, and can't save anything for later. Inmates are periodically put to sleep with gas and moved randomly between floors, establishing a class hierarchy that is at once meaningless and also the only thing that means anything. And yeah, within 5 minutes I too was going, another one of these.
It can't be! No! We'll never defeat the corporation! They've won!
And it is emphatically 100% one of those. Allegorical sci-fi in the vein of a live-action, single-panel political cartoon where the characters, props, and sets may as well be wearing gigantic name tags with capitalism, the bourgeoisie, proletarian zeitgeist, Lacan's maxim written on them. In fact, it's so bluntly one of the...
I don't know about that one. Like, I think that they delivered it fairly subtle. Like, I don't think. Well, even if they didn't, is it really that big of a deal that they didn't?
Well, no. This is propaganda at the end of the day,
Yeah.
and the propaganda it can be subtle or it can be forced, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, but he ain't wrong about that. He's just he's. Most people conflate the evil of corporations to capitalism and the righteous champion against that being communism.
Right.
But it's not. They're the same thing, and people are stupid.
Well, yeah.
And so now that we got that out of the way, let's listen to MovieBob be stupid.
So early I got briefly excited that it might actually be some kind of parody, like a spoof, making fun of hopelessly on-the-nose allegorical social satire, but alas no, it's serious and wants us to take it even more seriously than that. Now, like, that kind of thing can work if you hitch especially interesting characters, dialogue, performances to it, or if the actual point is either fresh or especially topical in its moment, or if the employment of a sci-fi conceit, like the platform feeding system and social controls, can be deployed as a kind of visually interesting or narratively compelling way, all of which are at least possible here, but the platform really only takes a stab at that last part in its final 10 minutes or so when it attempts to contort itself into a riff on Snowpiercer, thematic similarities to which are probably what got this funded in the first.
Snowpiercer did it better.
Snowpiercer
And
did it way
had a
better.
different
Yeah.
message.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Snowpiercer, I don't see where he got Snowpiercer from. Like,
So kind
tonality,
of, yeah.
maybe?
So
I guess.
it kind of is in the regard to the train car, and the higher up it goes, and they're moving through the train car, and they're smashing the system as they go.
yeah,
Kinda,
I guess.
if you want to
Yeah.
be fucking pedantic and just go, and this was the script, and this was what they did. But the nuance in those two stories are pretty vastly different.
Yeah.
First place. Whereas before that, it has more of the hallmarks of the unproduced stage play awkwardly reworked into a feature that it is. You've got a main audience POV character representing a kind of smarmy, malleable protagonist outlook, a succession of cellmates espousing various competing philosophies about the gigantic metaphor for arbitrary social hierarchy they find themselves in, ranging from gluttonous nihilist who embraces the id,
See, the
to a
problem
woman who
is-
tries to...
Is he's not really saying anything about the movie. He's just saying what happened.
No,
in
he's
it.
saying what's happening in a smarmy way.
Yeah,
and
he's
it's,
just-
and
he's just-
like, this makes the movie bad. Like,
Yeah.
oh, like, we haven't seen this before.
I know, right? Yeah.
Like,
this,
all right, cool.
This bothers
Like,
me.
I have so many gripes with the film, but not this.
Yeah, like, that's the thing. Is like, there's nothing. I feel like I should be like saying something, but there's nothing for me to really say because he's not saying.
Yeah,
anything
he's
about the damn
he's
movie.
not. He's really not. I'm trying to find shit. We had more to say about the film than he did, apparently.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like,
Come on,
people-
Bob.
do
We're doing
people-
this for free. You're making what, 5,000 on Patreon every month? Come on.
damn. Damn, show some love, motherfuckers. Goddamn.
site organized revolution poorly to a spiritually inclined African guy who kind of comes off like a borderline caricature, and because it's one of
Shut the
these, a
fuck up.
mystery-
Literally
Ooh,
everybody in this
that was
movie
a-
is a caricature.
Yeah, that was a little racist of you there,
Right?
Bob. Like, ooh.
Like, oh, it's a black person, so he looks
He's
like
a caricature. It's like, whoa.
Every single person in this film is a caricature.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
what the fuck is this dude talking about? Idiot.
woman of moral ambiguity who occasionally rides the platform between floors and becomes an object of fixation for the protagonist.
Gee,
Wait,
I
wait,
wonder
wait,
why
wait.
they picked an Asian lady.
Wait, go back. What did he say there? Like,
Sorry. Because
no, no.
I do believe that there's relevance to why they chose an Asian lady being the one that is bringing is on a mission and is bringing that turmoil into his life. It's an Asian woman for a reason. I'm not going to get into it because this video will get taken down. But there is.
Off like
fair
a
enough.
borderline caricature, and because it's one of these, a mystery woman of moral ambiguity who occasionally rides the platform between floors and becomes an object of fixation for the protagonist because reasons. Movies like this tend to come
Because reasons.
Because reasons, it's like it's directly referenced why. Like, 'cause she's looking for her kid. Of course, he's going to find that interesting.
Why didn't she ever
wouldn't
find
he?
her kid?
I don't know. That was something I thought about, where I was kind of like, huh.
Because she rides that thing all the time. People know about her. She rides it every day.
Unless she
Well, not
gets,
every day, because
yeah.
sometimes she gets like kidnapped and shit. But she
Yeah.
does ride it down again.
She rides it down every day. Look, I don't know.
So that means she's been through it.
She had to have gone past the floor that she was on.
Mm-hmm. So is the little girl not there? The little girl's a message.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean that's the only way that can actually be. Otherwise, that Asian woman is cruel and dumb.
Yeah. yeah. Also, I would like to point
Which isn't
out,
the right allegory. Because they're cruel and smart.
So I like to point out,
Vietnam.
Bob said at the beginning of the video, like, I have no reason to shave because we're in quarantine. You're making a video, man.
Right? Like, you leave your house so much. You shoot videos. Whatever.
Okay.
Whatever, Bob.
In one
Take
or
us
two
home.
flavors. They either go really hard on style and substance, so that even if the socio-political observations are so heavy-handed as to be laughable, or so muddled as to be tuned out, or perhaps if it's an older film, maybe these observations were fresh how many decades ago it was released, you can still nonetheless appreciate the craft involved in bringing it together. I mean, you pretty much got everything Snowpiercer had to say from the setup of Snowpiercer, and that didn't make Snowpiercer any less great. Or the other popular flavor, they keep the premise flat and obvious and inject a lot of gore, violence, depravity, and general grotesquerie.
I
not
don't
of the fun
see.
bloodbath.
I don't see the comparison to Snowpiercer here, other than the two movies look similar.
It's about the proletariat taking on the bourgeoisie.
I guess. I don't
It's
know.
not.
It's
but
weird
in
that he
people's
keeps,
stupid
yeah.
brains, any time
Yeah.
that people uprise against their oppressors, it's good communism.
I guess.
Like they're like, this is us. Like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. No.
Yeah.
Just because people rise up and revolt against vicious oppressors doesn't mean that it's your fucking proletariat, right? That he's going and mocking in the premise of this and then pushing them to Snowpiercer.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this does it so much. He's comparing Joker to King of Comedy and being wrong about the comparison.
Pretty much. Goddamn. Not everything is a ripoff of everything else. Come on.
God damn it.
Oh.
That kind, but of the, oh god, I can't look at this shit kind. I guess the idea being that if you can only half watch it, you'll only half notice that it's not a third clever as it thinks it is, and this is definitely that kind. And I really feel kind of shitty disliking something like this, because it feels sincere, and it's the director's first feature, and he's clearly got a lot on his mind, and it's not
If that's
stylish.
true,
in fact,
if this is the director's first movie, he did a
good
pretty
job.
damn good job.
This is a good film for 2020.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You can't, like, even me, who disagrees on a fundamental level that this thing could even kick off because of how dumb it is from the premise.
Yeah.
This was a good film.
Yeah. I wish MovieBob would tell us why he didn't like it.
Yeah, right. I've seen it before. I like Snowpiercer. I read Animal Farm. I read the Bible. Let's be more irrelevant.
God.
he's clearly got the chops that he could have put together a very competent, more conventional feature instead of this more ambitious thing he tried to do. So I guess backhanded compliment on that. And I wish I had more to say in response than, bro, I've also seen and enjoyed The Exterminating Angel and The Phantom of Liberty, and you're no Louis Buñuel.
Check
Roll
out all
those
these
two up,
things
by the way.
I've
Those
seen.
are good.
I watch movies. I know what I'm talking about. See, I'm MovieBob.
Let me compare. Look, new director. Look, you didn't do it the way these other directors have been doing it. Suck shit. You're not good.
Yeah, kinda.
Thanks, Bob.
Hell, Bob.
Ugh, jerk. your sausage finger.
But yeah, didn't care for this one. 3 out of 10. I would say
Fucking
don't watch
3
it on
out
full
of
stomach,
10?
but really, just don't watch it.
What the hell? I had learned nothing about that movie from watching that video.
I learned go watch Snowpiercer. Snowpiercer is a better movie.
Yeah.
And I do believe a better message that was conveyed in a, honestly, more realistic fashion.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, I would agree with that. That's weird.
God damn, Bob is...
Bob's an interesting one.
Man, people...
He didn't say anything
No,
about
nothing,
it.
nothing,
He said
nothing.
nothing about it.
Didn't compare up to other... Why is this always a theme for us? Do we have to...
Yeah.
Is that... Are we missing something? Yeah, are all of these films...
Well, the thing is
everything that came before great cinema that must be modeled after instead of treading new ground and trying to do something else? It has to be compared to...
But I mean, like, when I was watching this movie, I didn't think about Snowpiercer once.
I thought about Animal Farm a lot.
Yeah.
I thought, oh my god, these idiots conflate communism and capitalism just like the rest of the world. You poor fucks. Yeah. If you knew, life would make much more sense to you.
Yeah.
Like, it really does, because, like, oh, all the bad guys are really on the same side. Oh, that makes it easy.
Yeah. Well, I really thought this was going to be a video where Bob kind of goes and, like, actually goes a little bit more political. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
Silly us, I guess. But...
No, I mean, he liked he said he liked the message, and it had and the last 10 minutes were nice and powerful or something.
But Snowpiercer did it better.
Which,
okay,
so
sure.
he likes he basically like, well, yeah, communism good, duh. And then moving on. So like even like that and like, yeah, but we didn't have to see that anymore, and like,
yeah,
like instead takes on the capitalist, like, yeah, duh, we know capitalism bad, duh. Type is the only time he glosses over that shit. It's the assumed role that this ideology is correct.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is rough, because
that's really rough.
If you look at it, the flaws are pretty apparent.
Like in this movie, there were flaws in this movie. The one about the little girl not being found by the mother being one of them.
Oh, she's just a message.
See, that's the thing.
She was the Holy Ghost that we sought after.
If you blur your metaphors that much with your story,
no, I don't agree with that. There's been great loss in like the losing Walt Whitmans and those type where you can analyze 6 lines of poetry for 20 years and still glean new meaning out of it, just on how the artist could interpret things.
I suppose. But I mean, like, sacrificing the logistics of your story.
It can be done right. This wasn't it.
Yeah, fair enough.
It can absolutely be done right, where it's less grounded in the reality of the film is more abstract.
Yeah, okay, I would agree to that. Yeah, because they did.
This one that.
Yeah, because they did portray this as like this is real, like this is some kind of futuristic prison thing, like this was real life. So,
but still, our reality.
Yeah.
Not the multiverse adjacent.
Whatever the hell. Yeah. So.
Fuck you, Bob. Sorry.
Yeah, wow. That was quicker than expected. That was...
Yeah, right?
Not a lot to say about that.
But...
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Yeah.